All right, gang, I have a quick video on how to save battery life on your Garmin watches, and this works on pretty much most models. The menus might be a little bit different from some, but the general 4 tips here should help. First and foremost is the GPS. Most Garmin watches, especially the newer ones these days, are designed to use multiple satellites. And if you use multiple satellite networks, it will use more battery power. So the best thing to do is to change it to GPS only mode if you want to prolong your battery on your Garmin watch. So if you're running a marathon and it's just, 6, 7, 8 hour event, you're generally good to leave the setting turned on where you're using all GPS satellites. But if you're doing something crazy like an Ironman or an all-day event, you want to save as much battery power as possible. This is what you do. So from the home menu of your Garmin watch, you're going to hit the upper right-hand button and then go into whatever sport mode you want to edit first, because the GPS settings are specific to each sport mode, not a general setting on the watch. So in this case, I'm going to hit the bike mode. And then once I'm in the mode, I hit the middle left button on the screen, then hit the upper right to go into the settings for that specific mode. So in this case, the bike settings mode. Then I'm going to keep scrolling all the way down until I get to GPS. When I get to GPS, I want to make sure, here it says GPS only. That's good to prolong battery life. If you're running a marathon in a big city and you want more satellite networks, the Galileo, the European satellite network, is at a higher altitude, so it works better for city urban environments to get between buildings. GLONASS is the Russian satellite network, lower range, but just having multiple satellites, this could be a in general, a good setting to use. I generally recommend GPS plus Galileo these days because they have more satellites up now than they used to. But if you're doing something crazy like an all-day event or an Ironman, change it to GPS only to save as much battery power as possible. Once you've done that, back out by hitting the bottom right button several times, then go into your other sport modes. For example, running, go into your running mode. If you want to change the same thing for the run, hit the upper right to select the activity mode, hold down the middle left button to bring up the menu, and then once the menu comes up, hit the upper right button to go into the sport specific settings, the run settings in this case. And a quicker way is actually if you scroll up, just hit up about 4 or 5 times and you'll get to GPS. Make sure you've got GPS only selected and then back out. So that's a quick way of saving a lot of battery power. You'll get at least 20% more, so 2 to 4 hours probably on average more battery power. The other thing you can do is from the main menu of your watch, hit the middle left button to get to the global settings. From here, scroll down, and what I recommend doing first is actually turn the wrist heart rate off. Use a chest strap if you have one. That will prolong the battery of your watch as well. If you don't have a chest strap, you might want to leave the wrist heart rate on. But generally, instead of auto mode is where it will switch to optical if it doesn't find a chest strap. Just turn this off completely. So it will say you'll lose a lot of settings and all that, but you will prolong your battery. So generally, I would recommend turning the wrist heart rate off. If you're, for example, doing an Ironman, you're worried about having battery all the way through the 17th hour. If not, you can leave that on auto mode, especially if you want heart rate while swimming, you want all the other features. If you are going to leave it on, the one thing I would turn off, though, is down here on the newer watches, you can broadcast your heart rate during the activity. That allows your watch to send your heart rate to like a bike computer or something else. So I would recommend turning this off. So if you're going to use the optical as a backup or for your swim, just go down here and turn the broadcast off. That will help save a little bit of battery, and that way you can still leave the optical on, or just turn this off completely. It gives you that little warning, hit OK, and turn it off completely. For me, I'm going to leave it on. But if I'm hoping I finish under 17 hours or hopefully a lot less. But if I was worried about battery power, I would completely turn that off. The other thing you can do, go down to where it says phone. If you're not using your phone to transmit your location, that sort of thing, turn the phone connection off. This turns the Bluetooth off so it won't try to connect to your phone, and this will save a lot of battery power as well. Lastly, so first thing GPS, second thing heart rate, third thing turn the Bluetooth phone connection off, and fourth one turn Wi-Fi off if your watch has it. So those are the 4 main settings you want to change. Turn GPS to GPS only, turn off the broadcast heart rate or optical heart rate completely, turn off the phone Bluetooth connection, turn off Wi-Fi. Turning all those off will probably double how long your Garmin GPS watch will last. So good luck. Hopefully that helps you, and you'll have your data all the way to the finish line.